I want to talk a little bit about fear. So, I've had the opportunity recently to speak to a number of aspiring female entrepreneurs. Some of them are further down the road than others, some are just starting out, some are already established and looking to grow. And I was fortunate to be part of a panel which was part of the Coca-Cola 5 by 20 program to hear the pitches from 10 different businesses, 11 different women in total. And you could feel the fear in the room. You could feel the tension. You could see it in the body language. You could see it in the eyes. Even of the people, when you said, "How you feeling?" "Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling great, feeling good, feeling good." You could see beyond the words. I could see that people were worried and fearful. And I want to acknowledge that they all showed a level of bravery and commitment to overcome their fears and to stand up and to tell the stories of the businesses that they want to grow. And I salute every single one of them because it was a tough thing for them to have to do. I said a little thing at the start of my kind of introduction to try and put people at their ease, but one of the things I said was nerves, fear, before presenting anything is natural, and it's a sign of something really important. It's the sign that you give a damn. It's a sign that you actually care. So those fears and those anxieties and all of those things are completely natural. I still get nervous every time I deliver a workshop. I stand up on stage. I worry about it. I worry about not delivering. I worry about not being good enough. Um, but it doesn't stop me because that fear, that anxiety, just reminds me that I actually care. And caring is, if you're going to have any sort of business, enterprise, whatever sort of scale it's going to be, uh, to do it successfully, you need to care. So there is that fear. There is that fear of putting yourself out there and saying, "This is what I want to do." Now, that fear was confined to a room in a small setting. I spoke to a number of people recently, some who were on the 5 by 20 program, and there's another level of fear, and that fear comes from the fear of now putting myself out into the world. So it was scary enough sharing my story with a room full of people, but now I'm going to share it with the world. I'm going to tell people this is what I'm going to do, and it is scary, and it is because you'll have self doubt, you'll have things like imposter syndrome, you'll have all these nagging things at the back. Are people going to laugh at you? Are people going to encourage you? You play this game of worst case scenario. What's the worst thing that could happen? And then we get that in our head, and that builds up, and so we don't do anything. So I I think as a culture, in the UK and Scotland especially, I don't think we're very good at encouraging entrepreneurs. I don't think we're very good at addressing the mental challenge and the hurdles of getting over those fears and fighting through those fears and seeing those fears for what they are. You know, an opportunity to get out there and tell your story, an opportunity to say, this is what I want to do, and ask for help. You know, I've spoken to a lot of the people that have been, a lot of the ladies who've been on the programme, and they've all had different levels of support from different people. And that's the key, is, you know, you just have to ask. You just have to ask people for help. You just have to be, be specific. Tell people how you're feeling. Tell people the concerns. Tell people the specific things that you need to move things forward. Um, I know a lot of people, including some of my mates, who I know deep down want to have their own business. That's what they want to do, but they don't have the courage to step out and do it because they're riddled with fear. All they see is the fear, and I think what we're really good at is we're really good at talking ourselves out of something, but not very good at talking ourselves into something. What's interesting is when I look back on my own journey and my own experience, there's part of my story that I haven't really told. And it's the part of the story where, when I was unwell, I'd had thoughts about restarting my business and starting again, but I kept on burying those deep. I kept on hiding them. I kept on ignoring all the signs. Sometimes and secretly I would get a notepad and I would start sketching out some ideas, and this is the business model, this is the plan, and this is what I could do. Even getting down to things like, what would I price that at? What would it do? But I would quickly discount it. I would quickly say, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. I've just got to carry on being miserable in a job that I don't love. I've just got to carry on doing that, because that's what you do when you're a grown up. You do the stuff that you don't enjoy doing, because you know what, not everyone's meant to be great, and sometimes you just have to push through it. That was the narrative I told myself, so that's what held me back. And it's only just now that I realise that there were probably half a dozen chances that I could have got myself out of my situation by just going, do you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go and set up my own thing again. But I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't feel the confidence to come out, because I was scared and I was fearful. So the purpose of this video is just to remind anybody who's going into business for themselves that, yeah, it's scary, it is intimidating, there are so many moving parts and there are so many challenges, and just ask people not to be naive about going into business. This isn't a case of, follow your passion and your dream and everything will be great. You've got to work bloody hard, but you've also got to work bloody smart, and you've also got to share how you're feeling, and you've also got to be brave and ask for help, and don't suffer in silence. Don't do what I did. Do what I say. Yeah. Don't do that. So for the women that I met at the 5x20, for anyone else who's watching this who is an aspiring entrepreneur, who is a starting entrepreneur, wherever you are in your journey, fear is normal. Fear is absolutely normal. Being scared, being anxious, being intimidated, all these things are normal. But fight through them, push through them, do the things I've just said, ask for help. Don't be afraid. Embrace that fear, and remind yourself that anytime you feel nervous about something, it's because you truly care. So fear in itself should be a reminder that actually you're on the right path. That's it. That's my version of I Have a Dream speech. But I wanted to share that with you today. Hope that makes sense. My offer to you is, if you are finding yourself having challenges and you're having problems, and you want to have a talk with someone, not someone who's an expert. I am not an entrepreneur who's made it. I'm an entrepreneur who's a little bit down the road. I'm a little bit down the journey, 2.5 years into this. But I'll not go back. I'll not go back to working for anyone else ever again. I will work for the clients who have got the same mindset as me. I will work for the clients who let me be me. I will work for the clients who listen to my advice, who encourage me to challenge them. I'll work with those people, but I will never be an employee again. And I've skirted around this. I've said to a few people, if the worst came to the worst, I would just go and get a job. And while that's the reality, that is the thing that I do not want to do. And it's not because of a fear of what that might mean. It's because I love what I'm doing now and I want to do more of it. So embrace that fear, enjoy the journey, and if you're struggling, ask for help. Kev, out. This is the point I would normally drop a mic, but I don't have a mic, so I'll just say ta-ta.